The Blessing of Amawbia. A full, long, beautiful story of Nokigo, the girl who brought light to her village. In the quiet village of Amawbia, surrounded by tall palm trees and old red earth roads, there lived a young, beautiful, eloquent, chubby African lady named Nokigo. Her name meant a child is greater than wealth, and truly, she lived up to it. Nokigo had smooth dark skin that glowed in the sun, a round cheerful face, and a warm voice that made people smile even on their worst days. She always tied her colorful wrapper neatly and walked with confidence like a queen whose crown was kindness. But her beauty was not what the village loved most. They loved her heart. Every morning, she woke up before the birds began to sing. She swept her compound, prepared hot pap for her widowed mother, and carried firewood to old neighbors who couldn't walk far. Everyone in Amawbia knew one thing. If Nokigo is around, peace is around. She provides her gift nobody could explain. Nokigo had a gift. A gift no elder, no herbalist, no chief priest could understand. Whenever she touched something, it grew better. She touched a dying yam stem, it sprang back to life. She comforted a crying child, the child suddenly stopped crying. She held a sick woman's hand, the fever left. But Nokigo never bragged about this gift. She said, "I am just doing what my heart tells me." People whispered that the ancestors blessed her. Some said she was a child of the river spirit. Others said she carried the light of generations. But Nokigo just smiled and continued helping. Droplet the year of the great drought. One year, everything changed. The skies refused to rain. The ground cracked. The streams dried. Crops withered under the merciless sun. Amawbia panicked. Families cried for their dying farms. Mothers prayed. Fathers complained. Children went to bed hungry. The elders called an emergency meeting. The oldest elder, Ogwefai Madu, said, "This drought will destroy this village. We need a miracle." Everyone looked around the square. And the women whispered, "What of Nokigo?" Nokigo's courage. The next morning, the elders called her. She arrived with her soft steps and gentle smile, tying her wrapper tightly as if ready for battle. "Nokigo," the elders said, "use your gift to help us. Amawbia is dying." Her heart beat fast. She was afraid. She was only a girl, not a goddess. But she couldn't watch her people suffer. So she nodded and said, "I will try." Cloud withdrew the journey to the sacred forest. To find a solution, she needed to go to Ohoti, the sacred forest no one had entered in many years. The elders warned her. "Ohoti is dangerous." But Nokigo replied calmly, "If it is for Amawbia, I will go." At dawn, she walked into the forest carrying only a small calabash, a white cloth, a prayer in her heart. The trees whispered. Strange birds cried. Leaves rustled with unseen spirits. Still, she walked. Deep inside the forest, she reached the silent Oka River, now almost dry like a sleeping snake. She knelt by the cracked riverbed and said, "If my hands can heal, let them heal this land." Slowly, she placed her palm on the earth. A soft wind blew. The ground trembled. A glow, soft like morning sunlight, rose from her hands. Suddenly, water burst out. Cold, fresh, clear water. It gushed and flowed, filling the river, rushing like music. Birds began to sing. Trees swayed. And the scent of rainfall filled the air. Nokigo opened her eyes, shocked and breathless. She had awakened the river. Sun behind small cloud, the miracle that saved Amawbia. When she returned home, the entire village had gathered. And then they saw it. Clouds forming. Thunder rumbling. Cold breeze blowing. And before anyone could say a word, rain fell. Heavy, sweet, beautiful rain. Villagers danced. Children jumped in puddles. Mothers cried and lifted their wrappers to the sky. Farmers laughed and hugged each other. Amawbia was saved. And everyone knew why. Crown Nwakigo, the heart of the village. After the drought ended, life returned to normal. The farms flourished. The streams overflowed. Traders made profit. People slept with peace. The elders called Nwakigo again. This time, not to beg for help, but to honor her. They placed a beaded crown on her head and said, "**** from today, you are Nwakigo, the blessed daughter of Amawbia." Her widowed mother cried tears of joy. The villagers sang her praise. Girls looked up to her. Boys admired her kindness. Nwakigo stood there smiling, not because of the crown, but because her people were happy. Hibiscus a beautiful ending. Years passed. Nwakigo grew into a wise, strong woman. She married a gentle farmer named Obina, a man who loved her for her heart, not her gift. Together they raised children who carried the same kindness she had carried all her life. Amawbia became one of the most blessed villages in the region, peaceful, fertile, prosperous. And whenever the sky grew cloudy or the wind blew softly through the palm trees, the villagers would say, "Our daughter, Nwakigo, still walks with the ancestors." She lived a long, joyful life. And her story became a legend. A story mothers told their children. To remind them that one kind heart can save an entire world.